a bunch of a-holes.
So, how was your theatrical experience watching this movie? Was it as obnoxious as that was? Look, I get meme hyping a movie and all that, but I honestly don't think a Minecraft movie deserves this level of unabashed obnoxiousness when it comes to a theatrical experience. Okay, this is not Endgame, this is not No Way Home, it's Minecraft. And we all know it sucks. I mean, we all just had that feeling, right? From it being a live-action movie rather than simply being animated, to having Jack Black be Steve and just be Jack Black again. Flint and Steel! Okay. Yeah, I think we've all gotten pretty sick of that little bit already, haven't we? People in the theaters just quoting the movie as loudly as possible. The movie's only been out for a few days at the time of this video, and it's already gotten old. So I thought I would just avoid the theater altogether, as me and some family were on vacation for my nephew's wedding, and someone actually brought a bootleg copy of the movie with them for us to make fun of. And it was a remarkably funnier experience, especially since the bootleg version we watched was an unfinished copy of the movie. Yeah, you've probably heard of this by now, but apparently an unfinished copy of the film was leaked out, and this is the pirated version that a lot of people have been seeing. This includes temp backgrounds, unfinished green screens, and literally just dudes in villager costumes. Certain characters didn't have their mouths move, their textures were more like a PS1 game, and it was truly hilarious to watch with my family. We all had a good time. But with that being said, I knew I would still need to watch the actual finished product, and even though I was pretty sure it wouldn't change my overall thoughts, I still think the people that worked on this movie deserve credit for their hard work that they put into this movie. And for me to judge it when what I watched clearly wasn't the finished product, that would just be plain unfair, which is what I've seen a lot of people do on Twitter and stuff. So, I went and saw the film, I had 5 or 6 obnoxious teenagers bleeding in my ear every 5 minutes behind me, and that sucked. As for the movie, though, well, yeah, it was bad, but I don't know, I kind of enjoyed it. Let me explain. I think the best way to describe this movie is that this is what we thought the Mario movie was going to be 2 years ago. We all were scared shitless that Mario was just going to be another Chris Pratt character who's just another Star-Lord character, but to our relief, he's actually not that bad as Mario. He was okay. In fact, the whole movie turned out to be okay. Not great, but not awful either. It was fine. The Minecraft movie is anything but fine. This is the kind of disaster piece that I was hoping Snow White or Mufasa would be. But while I've already gone and forgotten those movies existed, this is gonna be fresh in my mind for a while. From the mixed acting performances, to the useless side characters and subplots, to the everything in between, oh fuck yes. This is a piece of trash I found worth digging through. I am so thrilled that it's not just mid. Either have your movie be complete dog shit or an unexpected masterpiece. Just for the love of God, do not make it mid. In my humble opinion, the worst thing about this movie has to be Jack Black's performance, which I know is a ballsy statement to make. I mean, it's Jack Black. It's Po from Kung Fu Panda. Yeah, I know who it is. And this movie also knows who it is. So much so that it just completely lets Jack go off at being his entire Jack Black persona and brings to the role every single trope that you would expect from it. From his loud, bolstering voice overreacting to every little thing, like why does he feel the need to headbang when he says a crafting table?
This is a crafting table. It's a crafting table.
Just say crafting table like a normal person would. And do I even need to bring up Flint and Steel or Chicken Jacket? Or how about him singing this random song about cooking the chickens? Or this song about his dog Dennis? You know, because he's in Tenacious D? Remember Tenacious D, kids? The band that sings about hard fucking and fighting Satan? You kids in the audience know about that shit, right? Ooh, or how about that time in their Post-Apocalypto series where they made fun of Donald Trump? Oh wait, they can't do that anymore? Well, that doesn't sound very metal, does it, Jack? Look, regardless of which side you fall on the political spectrum, we can all agree that's some sellout shit right there, right? That ain't metal. Look, Jack Black can be a good actor, and he's given great performances in the past with stuff like School of Rock, Kung Fu Panda, and even the Percy Jackson King Kong movie. But I've noticed in recent years, alongside him selling out hard, he's also become resigned to just playing as himself in any major role he's in, with Bowser being the only notable exception. And he's basically become just the louder, more obnoxious version of The Rock. Also, like The Rock, he's a raging Zionist, and that's no good either. On top of that, I just don't think Steve is really a character worth exploring. Like, he's no Link or Jack from BioShock, to where even though they're silent protagonists in video games, you can still feel that there's a lot going on with them anyway. Even though they're just meant to be a husk that the player controls and self-inserts themselves into the role of the hero, you can still feel their own backgrounds are worth exploring as well. Steve, on the other hand, is just the default skin that we all replace with our own later anyway in the game. What's Steve's background? What's his character? Nothing! He's just a default skin and that's it! If you make a Minecraft movie and Steve isn't in it, you probably wouldn't give a shit because it's not like we're emotionally attached to Steve of all people. I guess granted, this means you can do whatever you want to the character, and I guess giving him a bigger than life personality like Jack Black's is on the table regardless, but I don't know. I just don't have any real desire to see Steve as a character or anything. Not saying you can't do anything with the character, I just don't see a character here. I just see Jack Black, and it's not fun. It's a tired old gimmick, and Jack has run out of tricks to play on us. There's also just so many characters in this movie that you don't give a shit about. Like, I don't get the whole thing with this kid and his sister, who barely have any screen time together. Like, you can tell the writers did not give a fuck about these two. For starters, even though they're clearly going for a Nani and Lilo kind of thing, they're almost exactly the same age. I know the actress who plays the sister is actually 23, but she looks like she's 16, and it just makes the whole becoming the legal guardian thing so laughable. And again, they only share like 4 scenes together in the whole movie. Oh, they're moving to a small town because the mom apparently died from dead parentitis that all parents die from. I also love how the dead mom is never brought up again after this awful expository dump. Apparently it was her dying wish for the kids to move here, and it's never elaborated on. Cool. So the little brother builds a jetpack at school, and some bullies fuck with it, causing it to crash into this giant potato or something. I honestly don't remember or care what it was, because the movie doesn't either, because whatever it was, I'm guessing it cost the sister her job at that factory, but we didn't see her get fired or get chewed out by her bosses or anything. The next time we see the sister, she's freaking out about the brother not coming home, and it's there that she learns that it was her brother that was responsible for what happened. So wait, that would mean she wasn't fired, because if she was, then her bosses would have told her that it was because of her brother, but they didn't because she would have then known about it. So this whole thing about the potato and his jetpack is entirely pointless because she wasn't fired. So whatever bullshit tension this movie pretends is there, isn't there. There's a scene in the middle of the movie where the sister is just talking about what happened, and she's not even criticizing him for what happened, she's just acknowledging what happened, what everyone saw happen. And yet despite that, he takes it as a personal insult for some reason. Well, maybe I'll just stay in this world. Oh god, get over yourself, kid. I know it wasn't his fault the jetpack crashed, but I'm sorry, I'm with the sister on this one. The jetpack could have killed somebody. The movie itself acknowledges that. And yet, apparently acknowledging that fact is bad? Excuse me? Look, I know this is a stupid kids movie, which I'm sure a lot of people have commented about already, except no, Minecraft is a pretty old game by now that a lot of adults enjoy. Also, kids deserve good movies, so shut up. But what a shitty way to get that message across. Yes, creativity should be encouraged, but not at the risk of people's lives. What the fuck? So the brother and sister are separated for the majority of the movie, and when they finally reunite, she apparently has to apologize for what she said, even though she didn't even say anything insulting. She just stated an event that happened, and this heartfelt apology is only like 3 lines long. They did not give a fuck with these two at all. It is some of the laziest shit I've seen in a while. Like, say what you want about Snow White, at least they tried to give Snow White a connection with the dwarves. She actually speaks to them and gets to know them a little bit, but here, they're brother and sister, yet they have nothing going on. What's even the point of them being in the movie? They're barely even characters themselves. I feel like the brother is just a kid character for the kids in the audience to quote-unquote relate to. Guys, I hate to tell you this, kids are not going to the Minecraft movie for relatability, they're going for Minecraft. So why are you wasting their time and mine with such worthless characters? The only character more worthless than the brother-sister duo has to be this real estate agent. She is literally pointless. Like, at least the brother gets the plot started by finding the cube that opens the door to the overworld, but the real estate character has nothing. She is worthless. She has nothing funny to say. She has nothing to do. The only thing she kinda does is befriend a wolf in one scene, but you can literally rewrite it to where any other character does that and it wouldn't change a thing. She literally has a line in the movie where she asks, "Why am I here?" And that's honestly a good question. Why are you here? The only character I had any slight investment in was the Jason Momoa character, who is basically just a far more pathetic version of Peter Dinklage's character from Pixels. He's an old washed up gamer who won a video game competition in 1989, and that's all he's ever accomplished. He's the only character in this movie you can say has an actual arc and learns a lesson about finding true happiness in life. Now, it's not good, mind you, but you can at least say he changed by the end. The movie starts off with him being a pathetic asshole who's mean to everybody, but as the movie goes on, he learns to let people in, I guess. Again, it's not good. It's very rushed, forced, underwritten, and he hardly has any positive interaction with anyone save for Steve and the little brother, but at least it's something? And I'll give him credit, he does have some genuinely funny moments here and there, like when he creates these buckets and knocks Jack Black out with them. That was funny. If anything, I think the movie should have focused mainly on Jason Momoa's character and Steve, and just have the other characters disappear or die in a horrible way. I don't know, probably the latter. Jason and Steve actually have decent chemistry, and I feel like if the whole movie was about them bonding and becoming friends, it would have been far more fun and interesting. I mean, think about it. They're both losers, with one of them running away from the real world that he believes he doesn't belong in, and the other is all washed up, who's stuck in the past and can't move on from it. It would have made for a really fun and sympathetic dynamic between the two characters. But for what we got, we don't really get that. At best, it's just a decent rivalry that leads to some funny moments, but that's about it, really. It's passable enough to make Jason's character an above average one. I know this movie's getting a sequel, and if he's in it, I honestly wouldn't mind it all that much. He was okay. Along with anything else that was basically just the Minecraft stuff in this movie. It does a good enough job explaining the world of Minecraft to where I think outsiders are able to follow it just fine. Like, they explain what redstone does, they show off the villagers and the nether. Like, you can't say it doesn't look like the game, because it does. I just really wish the whole thing was fully animated, as I feel like it would have made the world look even better than it does now. Like, can we just retire this whole real people from the real world plotline? Can we not just do a story in the world of Minecraft like that Telltale game did a few years back? It's just so tired and nobody cares about it anymore. I promise you, if the sequel is a fully animated movie, not tied to the real world at all, it will make it immeasurably better in that regard alone. I know this movie had a really rough production. I mean, it had 5 writers and 8 producers on it. Like, holy shit, no wonder this movie's a clusterfuck. But I feel like this movie, despite the world it takes place in, doesn't take full advantage of being a Minecraft movie. Like, sure, you see the creepers and the minecarts and stuff, but if you watch videos on YouTube, you can see people do some insane creative stuff there. And I'm not just talking about building fun buildings, I'm talking about fun, cool contraptions, weapons, farming strategies, etc. But here, they just kind of stick to the basics of it. Like, oh look, a crafting table. Oh look, it's the mobs. Oh look, a chicken cooker. Look, I don't want to sound like a snob who knows all about Minecraft, because I don't. But why is the villain just this random piglin lady? What about the Ender Dragon? It's never even mentioned in this movie once? I don't know, maybe they're saving that for the sequel or something. I mean, we do see Alex in a post-credit scene, so maybe they're saving that for later. But I mean, we do see an Enderman in this movie, and we learn about Ender Pearls, so clearly at least Steve knows about the dragon, right? Also, you guys could have made that Enderman sequence way scarier than what it was. Encountering the Enderman is always so nerve-wracking in the game, but here, it just left zero impact and was killed way too easily in my opinion. It was kinda lame, honestly. So yeah, despite how terrible this movie was, I might have had some fun watching it. It's definitely stupid and horribly written, but I also feel like the movie doesn't really care. Every time this movie tries to have an emotional moment or a meaningful connection with the characters, there's either some dumb joke going on during it, or it will just immediately drop the moment just to have more Minecraft stuff happen. This movie feels more like an elongated commercial for the game rather than a meaningful movie experience, which compared to stuff like the Lego movie, the Sonic movies, or hell, even the Mario movie, I feel like we can do better. If those movies have proven anything, it's that adaptations based on toys and video games deserve better than just being commercials for their brands and nothing else. They can have characters you actually give a shit about. They can fully embrace their worlds and the wild concepts they bring to the table. But Minecraft the movie just plays it so safe, with most of what makes it an awful movie mainly coming from just how awfully written the characters are. And I think the Minecraft movie can be a really good experience. I love watching YouTubers play Minecraft, and I enjoy playing the game myself, even if I am a more casual player about it. But despite my problems, when it actually was a Minecraft movie, it was decently enjoyable. Hell, I might even watch this movie a third time. Although I must insist it be the bootleg version again, because watching that version is pure cinema. Was there anything I liked about this movie, unironically? The subplot where a villager sneaks out and falls in love with Jennifer Coolidge was fine. The Technoblade cameo was really well done and sweet. I like how it wasn't just a blink and you'll miss it kind of thing. They actually drew attention to it like it was a Stan Lee cameo or something. It was the one thing Jack Black said in this movie that didn't make me cringe. When he said, "That's a legend," I felt that. Rest in peace, King. The Minecraft movie was bad, but it was a funny bad, you know? Certainly more entertaining than a lot of these mid-live action remakes that I've been watching lately. What a palate cleanser, my goodness. So, would I recommend the Minecraft movie? I guess, but only in a hate watch kind of way. And I would recommend you give it a few days to let the hype die down first. It was way funner watching the bootleg version with my family than it was with a group of shitty teenagers quoting the movie and not shutting the fuck up behind me. Seriously, if you're one of those assholes who feels the need to make a mess at the theater for the workers at the theater to clean up after you, you're an asshole. Don't do that. I don't care how funny bad the movie is. Laugh at the movie and then throw your shit away in the trash can like a sensible human being would. Bad movie, awful theatrical experience, but a far cry from what I've been watching these last few months. So, 4 minds out of craft.
I have a small business too. The one thing I try to do is not have my jingles suck butt.